Shayla Gifford, and I'm the branch manager for Guild Mortgage Reno, or the Reno Enterprise, as we like to say. I am just blessed and overwhelmed and lucky enough to lead the most amazing group of people. And this Reno group expands all the way down to Arizona, areas of Scottsdale and Phoenix and Chandler and Peoria, to Prescott, Arizona, to Southern California, the Burbank area, to Truckee, California, Elko, Nevada, and then all of Reno and Sparks. And I just want to make a quick video to say welcome to our team. Whether you've been in the mortgage business for a long time and you know exactly how exciting and frustrating and rewarding and fulfilling this business is, or you're just stepping into this industry for the very first time, I wanted to personally welcome you from the bottom of my heart and just say get ready to have a blast. This business has just completely gripped me since the moment I got started. And I think we all wish when we're little to find an industry, to find a job, to find a career that we can have passion in, that we can feel like we really make a difference. And for me, I found that here in the mortgage business. I found it through coaching other people, through leading sales training, helping people with their finances, and then for sure, helping people buy a home and achieve the American dream and overcome whatever hurdles and obstacles they may have in order to do that. But I want to prepare you for the mentality of what it's like to start not only a new job, but to start in a new industry. Listen, we know that starting a new job is really scary, anxiety-filled. It's almost like the first day of school. And, you know, I don't know anybody. I can't remember anybody's names. And then, God forbid, I know how to use the 25 different passwords I've got to learn how to use, and how to use the phone, and which email to use, and, you know, how do I dress? What do I look like? You know, all of those things. So give yourself a break. Take some deep breaths. Realize that your first week at a new job of joining the Guild family will pass, and we know that it takes a little while to fully get integrated and to get used to all of this new stuff. Even if you've got 20 years experience in the mortgage industry, it's just going to take a while to get used to where everything is in MyKey, to realize who do I reach out to in underwriting or processing, or, you know, how and when do I ask for help, and what are all those different lines of support. So that's first and foremost the first week on the job. For me, our culture is all about, number one, having fun. So smile, give people a high five, give each other a hug, make friends, really care for one another. Even I love memes and practical jokes and funny emails. We've got to have fun because we spend more time at work than we do anywhere else in our life. The other thing is about family. It's about supporting one another and honoring each other. It's doing the right thing, showing up every day, and showing people you care. So no blaming, no drama, no egos, no, that's not my job. Everybody just dive in together and help each other. And if we can continue to live that culture day in and day out, we can not only have a great career and a lot of fun, but we can absolutely climb whatever mountains in front of us, win whatever championship, accomplish whatever goals set in front of us. The last thing I want to tell you is just prepare to be frustrated, not only just with the first week stuff, but learning this business is really, really challenging. And let me tell you, transferring is sometimes even harder because we have all of these old ideas about the way we used to do it at the other company, or the way certain softwares used to work, or whatever the case is. So my preparation is the first 90 days, be prepared to feel new, to feel frustrated, to feel mad, to just be like, oh, because you're going to get stuck, and it's just going to be like that for 90 days. There's just a transition period, a learning curve. You might even cry at 90 days. I'll bring you some Kleenex. I promise you we'll get right over that. If you need a hug in the hallway, you got to ask for one. After about 90 days, usually people start feeling like, I'm getting this. It's like happening. I'm starting to, get everything to click and to make sense. And I know what a 1003 and an APR and a TIL and a HMDA and all these weird acronyms we use, what all of that means. But then something happens at 5 months. At 5 months, generally, that is when the height of stress and frustration come about. Because most of us think by then we should just know everything. We should be a pro at 5 months. But let me tell you what happens. We realize there's still a lot we don't know, and we don't have full control over everything. And for many of us, we like to have everything in control and be in a nice box and know the way it's going to go. And usually at this point in time, your pipeline and workload is at full capacity, and things are out of your control, or you don't know what you don't know. And usually this is the second time that I see people crack, maybe start crying, maybe question whether they're doing the right thing, maybe decide whether they want to go back to their old ways or quit or do something different. But stick with it. It's temporary. It's like anything that we're learning how to do in the beginning. You're going to skin your knee, you're going to fall down, but keep riding your bike. Because at 6 months, I promise you will feel like, I get it. I feel like I get it. And you learn every day, and you embrace every mistake, every trial, every tribulation, everything as a learning lesson, and you get more empowered and stronger every day. You almost have this cape on your back after 6 months that you can fly. And I will tell you, the last thing is my spirit animal for all of us at Guild Mortgage, and that is a rhino. I read a book many years ago called Rhinoceros Success, and I love rhinos, and I don't know where my rhino is in this office, but I've got this huge rhino somewhere around here. And the reason that you want to be the rhino is because rhinos have a really thick skin, okay? Like 3-4 inch thick skin. So when a bird's landing on them, or a mosquito, or they're, whatever, they don't freak out. Like, they're just solid. Very little affects the rhinoceros. And so often as human beings, we have this baby thin skin, and somebody will say something that we perceive as hurtful, or we just get sensitive about a realtor or a borrower or a comment or an underwriter or processor or whatever the case is. And I'm telling you, you just don't need to be that way. Have thick skin. Realize that nobody's ever going to try to personally attack you. And if they do, I will get after them. Okay? But have thick skin. The other thing about a rhino is they hang out by themselves. They are not herd animals like cows and sheep that literally just herd around and follow the herd. If you want to be special in your life and you want to accomplish big things, you have to be willing to charge out on your own, to venture into new things, to take on fear, to take on new challenges. And rhinos hang out alone and go for it in life. In fact, they've got a horn on the front of their head so that if you really mess with them, they will pull out the horn and they will charge. And the funny thing about them is they don't know how to walk backwards. They're not focused on the past. They literally cannot walk backwards. They have to stay forward and then U-turn around to get anywhere. And I just love all these analogies about being a rhinoceros. So if some days you need to wake up and give yourself a pep talk and say, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, be the rhinoceros. Trust me, I've been there. I've done this many, many, many days in a row. And yes, there's a lot of stress and anxiety. There's timelines, there's pressure. It's technical. It's a hard business. But once you start building relationships, you start getting creative, you start asking questions and say, why, and you become self-resourceful and get determined and pissed off to get great at this business and be that rhino, you will. And it's the greatest business in the world that will never hold you back, no matter what color you are, what age you are, what education you got, who your daddy is, where you grew up. You can literally be and do whatever you want in this business. I believe that. I've done it. I've helped so many people do the same. Hope you enjoyed this video. Welcome to Guild, and always reach out to me if you need anything. We do a birthday brunch every month. We do a great branch meeting, and I'm always available to say hi and give you any words of wisdom or an ear to lend. So we'll see you soon. Thanks, and welcome to Guild.